No, I can't. I'm not allowed to talk before the interview starts anymore.
What did you do?
My mom got mad at me. I said Jesus Christ. See, that's probably on there again now. I have to stop saying Jesus
You're
Christ.
just telling us what you said.
I was making fun of your IKEA tripod. Look, it's a miniature tripod. Like Mike's got a real tripod. Look at your tripod.
His gets people trip over it. It gets in the way. Look how much room it's got. People will trip over that. Mine is way more efficient.
Can we please not put that on there? So I have to get that phone call again.
Hey, you're so even keeled, but I mean, the fact that these guys got you twice last year, is that a little burr under your saddle, a little motivation for
Yeah, I think so. I mean, definitely a total new year as far as, they got a whole new coaching staff. We're a new team. It's a new season. But, we won the division last year and got beat twice by them. So it's the first divisional game. It's a divisional home opener. So, it'll definitely be an exciting one.
It would be rare to have a two-game lead in the division this early, but with a win over these guys, you could be there. It's a distinct opportunity. Would you agree?
Yeah, and I think, our goal and what we always talk about is winning the AFC South. And, this is obviously the first opportunity to start that by beating Tennessee. So we got our work cut out for us. It's a good defense, so offensively we're going to have to be on point, have a good plan, and execute it. But we got a couple more days left and, getting good preparation and getting ready to go on Sunday.
How did Leonard look being back out there today, having him involved?
Yeah, he looked good. He looked like, just watching him, it looked like, Leonard was Leonard. So he was flying around, making some good plays, got some touches and looked good.
Is his energy different, or is the energy in the huddle different when he's in there versus other guys? Does he bring something?
I wouldn't say the energy in the huddle is different. When Leonard's in there, it's a little different just because, he's talkative and he's going to be saying stuff and all that, which, everybody enjoys, and he's messing with people. But I think whether he's in there or not, it's the same. And, we expect to go out and have a successful play, series, and game, regardless of what we're doing and who's in there.
I guess that's what the atmosphere is different because he is, a guy who's not a shrinking violet by any stretch of the imagination.
Right, yeah, he's going to be in there and make the mood light and joke around and get everybody laughing for sure.
You haven't really taken the bait on stuff when guys have criticized you before, but is there anything extra in this for you because of maybe what Casey said last year?
No, I mean, it's just another chance, and, like we just talked about, a chance to, start off the season 1-0 in the division. I have nothing bad to say about him. He's a good player, and he's somebody that, we have to game plan for, and I think everybody that they play has to, make sure where 99 is and try and get as much help on them as you can.
But do you remember what he said?
Yeah, some Nah, I don't know.
No. So you did. You literally flushed it like you.
Yeah. I don't really care what he says. I think he's a good player, so we'll see.
Do you have a guess as to why your numbers are significantly or so good when Leonard's actually not playing in games? Is that just the offense is more open, or?
Yeah, I don't know if you can say it's because Leonard's not out there. We've had big games throwing the ball when Leonard's been in there. I think there's definitely a little bit more of an emphasis on throwing the ball when Leonard's not in there. We can't do some of the stuff that our offense is built around doing when he's healthy and in there. Kind of with some of our other backs, they maybe do things better, differently rather than some downhill things and some of the runs that Leonard, is really good at. But I think more so than anything, it's guys just, stepping up and wanting to kind of pick up the slack, for not having Leonard out there. When we know, he's not going to be out there, that's a big part of our game plan. He's a big part of our team and our offense. So we know we got to step up our game and play better to make sure we're picking all that up.
How much does it excite you, if any, going into a game plan when you kind of get the feeling you're going to get more first down throwing opportunities?
As a quarterback, it's always fun. You want to throw the football. You want to air it out and throw it as much as you can. But, I look at it as, I have a role and a different role each game. Some games my role is to get us in, the best run plays and, make sure the guys up front are on the right guys and get Leonard the ball and let him do his thing. And sometimes it's to get the ball down the field. Sometimes it's just to get it out quick. I think each game plan kind of defines what my role as the quarterback of this team is, and I got to play that way.
Two plays specifically, the throw to Pauls towards the end of the game and the second touchdown pass to Keelan. Were both of those designed play calls, or was there any audible on either one of them? No, the one in Niles was called. That was just kind of our little backed up second long play. I think it was. We had a penalty, or Corey got tackled. Shouldn't have thrown that ball, a little bubble to him. And then the one to Keelan, was just sound 5 over. Oh, yeah, that's right. They brought Sam Strong safety. We could have checked out of that, but double goes called. I was just going to throw. I wasn't going to check out of that. You got to throw a go.
What's
I'm
what's
not-
your confidence level?
Okay.
What's your confidence level in Josh Wells at left tackle and he's a high school quarterback? Is that
Yeah.
odd to see a guy like that?
Yeah, he's put on low weight since high school. It's extremely high. You know, we came in together 5 years ago, and you know, he's gotten a lot of good quality game reps. So I got all the confidence in the world. You know, that he'll be able to do his job and play well.
Everybody's
He can
put
still
on-
chuck it like 60 to 65 yards if he.
I don't know about that. His shoulders have taken a little beating since the last time he used to throw, but I'm sure he can still sling it.
Not to question your athletic ability, but do you surprise yourself sometimes when you elude like free runners and stuff like that, linebackers who are paid to?
No, I mean, I think, you know, I always kind of look at it as don't ever let one guy take you down. You know, especially in that situation, I blew the protection and sent it the wrong way. So if that guy was going to hit me, it was my fault anyway. So I had to make a miss. So I got out of that one. But, you know, I think whether it's in the pocket or whether it's out in the open field, you know, I think you make one guy miss, get a couple extra yards, and get down is kind of how I think about it.
Well, that ball that you threw to Austin that was tipped and then grabbed, is that a ball that you don't want to throw, or you want to throw that ball better?
It's in that exact look, you don't want to throw it. They kind of got me. The corner's running across in man coverage on the shallow, and then they dropped the safety down on the other side and just passed it off, and he sat there right under Austin. So you know, I think probably just got to do a better job of seeing the whole picture rather than, you know, just immediately getting to Austin and either get to the next progression or take off and run.
You played on teams in high school, college, and professionally that had to do something exceptional to win. And then as your career progressed, eventually the teams realized they didn't have to any longer, that they got better. Is that a conscious feeling that you can tell when you step into the locker room, into the huddle, into meetings, that guys know, and you said this after the game, if we prepare right, we go execute, we're going to win games?
Yeah, I think so. I think you know, we're past the point of thinking we have to go out and do something special to win. You know, kind of like you said, if we get a good week of preparation like we should each and every week, and practice is good, meetings are good, everybody's doing the things they should, you know, we expect to go win. We expect to play well and play like how we did Sunday. You know, it might look different. It might be Leonard running for 100 and something yards and throwing for 150. It might be throwing for 400. You know, there's different ways to win as far as, you know, what our game plan is and how we're going to do it. But I think we're definitely at the point to where we expect to go play the way we play and be successful.
You feel that when you walk in there, and is it the addition of guys like Calais and Barry who kind of bring that mindset in there? Hey guys, we're good enough. Let's go do it.
Right. I think definitely. You know, I think obviously with Doug coming in last year and Coach Coughlin, and then bringing, you know, some of those older guys in, that completely changed the mindset of the locker room, and I think kind of established, you know, I guess the expectations of who we're supposed to be as a team from within.
So did you really, like, in your Reddit last night, you said people would just show up at your house and we'll just kind of hang out? I mean, legitimately, people just show up?
Yeah. Well, they put
And
it on
Leonard
the
Williams
news.
sounds like man.
Yeah. And that was just the first thing that came to mind.
No, I mean, is that, like, don't you worry about that?
I'm moving. No, I mean, it's not.
It's not weird, though, when someone...
Oh, yeah, it's really weird.
Okay.
But, you know, it's, I mean, it's a football town that loves their Jaguars, especially when they're playing well. And, you know, I don't have a problem having a conversation with somebody at the door.
Do you think they kind of relate to you a little bit better? The average the fans maybe relate to you, maybe than Patriots fans relate to Brady, for example.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope so. You know, I feel as though I relate to the city of Jacksonville, the people that live here. It's a similar feel and place to, you know, the town I grew up in. It's just bigger. You know, I've obviously lived in Florida my whole life, so, you know, I feel comfortable here. I feel like, you know, I've made a lot of friends here and created a lot of good relationships and, you know, enjoy being here.
Since so much of a football gets to be a chess game, how much of an advantage might it be for you psychologically knowing that you beat the Patriots in such a different way than you went about attacking the Giants?
Right. Yeah, I think it just kind of speaks to the versatility that our offense has and the different ways we can win and the different plans we can come up with and how we can execute them. You know, we played a good first half against New York and really struggled in the second half, and then we come out and really just air it out all game against New England. You know, I think it just shows and gives everybody the confidence that, you know, if one thing's not working, we can figure out another way to win the ball game. Appreciate it, guys.
He leaves his keys in his car. He doesn't care about somebody showing up at his door.
Straight out of practice today.
I'm trying.
How's it going?
Good.
Good,
Is
good.
there a little burn under your saddle with these guys coming in? I mean, they got you twice last year. They chirped a lot about, they may be the division champs, but they didn't beat us.
Right. That's a tough one. And not in the sense of it's a tough question or whatever. It's the fact that you trying to, or it's not you, but trying to take it back into last year. Our mindset is this year, what are we going to do? How are we going to come out and prepare? So it's more so what are they going to do this year? They say they was champs. Now you got your chance to prove it.
I would say this is sort of a little bit of a redemption tour with you guys lost to New England, lost to Tennessee, lost to the Jets last year, 3 straight games in a row where you sort of put that really behind you.
Right. I mean, again, we don't want to, start digging into last year's bag to try and find tools and stuff, because this is a different team. A lot of guys didn't go through those emotional runs. So again, prove it to us now. We're a different team. We got a different mindset. We ready to come out and play, make it the kind of game we want it to be. Let's come out and play. Let's play.
Do you sense a difference as a defensive player when Leonard's in there for the offensive practice? Is there anything different about it?
Well, we don't go against the offense in practice. We get our scout team looks and get scout team looks. So we don't go against offense to see it in that sense. What you asking?
You talked about digging in the tools. What are the tools for this year then?
Yeah.
For you guys, week to week.
Again, understanding where we are as a team, focusing on that team, giving that team that week the respect they deserve, and the preparation, love and dedication. I'm telling you, and hard work is driving this team, and it's going to keep driving this team and pushing this team into the direction until we get the ultimate goal.
Is it like nothing you've ever experienced?
See, that's tough because I've been on great teams. Every level I've been on, I've been blessed. Even in boys club, my boys club team was a great team. Yeah, so shout out to the boys club. So, and it's crazy. My first boys club team was the Domino's piece of Jaguars, and it winded up. I finished, so whatever. But I've been blessed to be on great teams. But this is the feeling that I've gotten on those teams. I will say this. And it's certain stuff that you cannot put together. You cannot. It just comes together and the team forms, and that's what this team has done. Man, we done time, mistakes, and everything else and got this team right, and we where we need to be.
You really can't quantify it. There is something that you feel, the addition of Calais,
Exactly.
Barry, guys like that bring a little bit, just a slight different mindset that helps change what your own expectations are of yourself and the rest of the team.
I'm going to tell you, you learn something about yourself every time you step out there on the field, and that just goes in the show, because when you step out on it when somebody else and somebody different, it just goes to what you were saying. It just shows you a different side of you. It brings out a different side of you, especially like you was talking about adding on guys like Calais and Malik. Slowly but surely, they're drafting guys, bringing Jalen in, bringing Fournette in, bringing Cam Robinson in, prayers to him and blessings that he come back strong. But when you bring all these guys in, and now they have the same mindset, a winning mindset, you don't have because I think from the time I got here, it's only Tink and Abe that's here. So now you've literally cut off the head of a whole culture that was here before we all started. And now we don't have that anymore, and you have our class who wanted to change it, and Abe them who wanted to change it, and now you bring in guys who wanted to change it and who have changed it, and this is what you get. You know what I mean? It all comes together and it's worked out.
Is that if you face Gabbard or Mariota on Sunday?
Put them on the field. You know what I mean? We got something to I keep not wanting to dig back in the old bag, but hey, and it's tough because I went out that game last year against Arizona and Gabbard lit up the field, so I ain't forgot.
And you probably haven't forgotten the 2 Tennessee games either.
You're talking about the culture that was here before. Does your first 2 years, does that seem like so long ago?
It does. And I'm going to tell you my first 3 because I'm telling you, it was tough. It was tough. You go out and you playing hard, and you know everybody is dedicated and going hard for what you believe in, and you're not getting results. But you literally going out on the field, going hard. I've never been around something so crazy in that sense, and that was frustrating at the beginning. But a test to the hard work, man, that people put in around here, because we definitely done turned it around.
Does that make you appreciate what you've done since the beginning of last year even more because of all that heartbreak?
It does, and that's why I don't think. That's why I don't necessarily worry about this team, because it understands where we are and who we are, and where we came from. Even though some of these people wasn't on this team, and a part of those blowout seasons, they understand when we talk about it, and they can feel the passion and anger and frustration when we talk about those times. So it's like okay, a respect in a sense, and two, yeah, like I said, everybody want to win. Everybody want to win.
Teams, I mean, most of your life.
Right.
But the teams that weren't so great when you first got
Well, I
here,
had to build them up, but they became great. They became great.
Can you put into words what it's like when you're in high school, Pop Warner, college, now professionally, to know you don't have to do anything exceptional. It's a team game. You got 10 other guys, and if everybody does their job, you guys are going to win games.
Right. In every situation that I've learned, and you got to have guys who love and respect the game, but two can play the game. I think that's where it all starts. The people who are at the front, at the front of it, the helm of it, is the coaches. Because we follow their, even though we don't want to at times or whatever, we follow their lead, and then from the coaches and the captains of ours, we take our own personas. So first you got to have those players, and that's what I've learned on every level is players come, and then as they get together and they form who they are, certain players rise to the top as leaders, as dominant ones, and everybody kind of dictates their role, and then it kind of filters down from there, and that is. And it's crazy, but I've been able to be in a position of leadership on those.
Why do you? Go ahead. Yeah. Why do you think the fans seem to relate to Blake so well?
Why do the fans relate to Blake? Hard times. Hard times. I think an organization that has been through so much. You know what I mean? You done seen the hard times, whatever, and you see a guy who got potential. This organization has had potential for years, and just hasn't panned out. And I think that's what people might see in Blake. But at the same time, you see he make these games the way he does, and he leads and he continues to battle. And I think they just kind of he has taken on this Jacksonville persona, and I think that in itself. The fans respect it because he go out and battle. Yeah, I mean, he done been criticizing every which way for him, and he still shows up, talks to you all, talks to fans, talks to everybody with respect, and plays and go out and play. So I think just because his mindset, the way he has approached it, and he's taking on the Duval mentality.
What does Ronnie Harrison bring in that big nickel spot? Sort of different position from what you guys had last year.
I'm telling you. I talk about players and keep bringing players around, and that was a big piece of a puzzle that we brought around. For a young guy to just love the game, to understand the game, he's smart. You know what I mean? You see he's out there right away with us. He understands, he plays, he knows how to communicate. He's not shelled like a lot of rookies come in and be they're shelled and just not themselves. He's him, and he can play. And he can play, so he can play with us. It's a lot of people out there that couldn't play with us right out the bat, but he can, and he's definitely added depth and another form of playmaking to our defense.
Following up on that, one of the few questions about this defense was how would you guys replace Colvin for the year? How is Hayden? I mean, talk about a guy who's really fit in, played his butt off.
Right, and that's the thing. We love AC. That's one of our guys. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say he replaced him, because we got so much respect for AC. I would just say he came in and he has been him. He's been him and fit in this defense, and we respect and love that, man. Because a lot of guys are trying to come and be standoffish or be, so whatever. But he came in, put his head down, went to work, tried to see what he can do, how he can relate to us, and he's done that. and now you just see the plays starting to come on the field. I think they said the announcement, he had made a play, and the announcer kind of messed up his name or something. You know, so then he came back and made the sack. So that's what we saying now. They know your name. They're going to get it right. So y'all make sure y'all know that's DJ Hayden. And I'm telling you, man, he's a baller. He's a baller. I know, that's what we thought. Yeah, it's like Hayden or something.